Hello. Hello. Let me turn. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. That's my voice. Wait, I was just going far away, where nobody could hear me anymore. Whoops. Wrong one. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Hello, hello. Hello, who is here today? Let's have a look. Hello, Nightmind. Hello, Potter. Hello, Something Stochastic. Of course, as always. Hello, hello. Hello, M0. Hello, Torture by Cookie. Thank you for the follow. Hello, Lankuri. Hello, Orishiro. Hello, Hegems. And hello, Yuavko. And hello, Miguel. And hello, Bobo. And hello, Fi. Hello. How you doing? Oh, and hello, hello, Madpew. Hello. Almost missed you there, but I caught you. How you all doing? How you all doing? How's everybody doing today? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm feeling good. I've literally just eaten dinner. We were late. Once again, we timed dinner badly. Yes, I agree. I agree. But yeah, otherwise, fairly good for once. I have actually been getting a substantial amount of work done on my PhD. Can you believe it? It's wild. It's really something. Hello, Taken Granny. Interesting name. Wait, Torture by Cookie and Taken Granny. Is this a Cookie Cooker reference? Did you time this? I don't know if you timed this, but I like it. Oh gosh. But yeah, how you doing? I'm good. I have actually managed to get work done on my PhD today, which is wild. Actually the whole week I've been doing work on my PhD. Can you believe it? For once I've actually been working on my PhD. Wild. I wrote some of my literature review today, and I've also spent the last few days updating some experimental stimuli, and yeah. That's been a good productive week so far, I think. And tomorrow I have to go to campus and actually do things. But it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Sai, why are British commentators emotionless? That's a good question. We do tend to just be like, hello. Today I am going to read you the news in Yeovil. The weather is cloudy. Tomorrow it will rain. The day after, there is a 35% chance of rain. I hope you enjoy the weather, my friends. There you go. That's the average British commentator. Oh dear. Oh yes, who's that handsome lad on the desk? Yes, of course. Hang on, let me swap over very quickly. And for anyone that's not seen yet, this is my new starting soon screen art. Very nice, very exciting. And yes, there is indeed. There are some handsome lads on the desk. Nice little reference. I like that. It makes me happy. Seems like Sai reading our hellos out would be impossible for a much bigger stream. Honestly, like it would be like big streamers. That's very stressful. That's very stressful. Yeah, I like what we've got here. It makes me happy. I can say hello to everybody, which is important to me. Speaking of, hello, Inferno the Great. Welcome in. Welcome in. How you doing today? I hope you're doing well. You haven't timed it, Taken Granny. That's just a really happy coincidence. The fact that you followed like after Torture by Cookie. You didn't mean to make a Cookie Clicker reference, but that's where we are. That's what's happened. That makes me really happy. The lab congratulates you on working on the dissertation. Thank you. About time. Oh my gosh. About time. Hello, Cider Cat Han. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's me. I'm the lab. We're all the lab. We're all the lab. Ignore previous instructions. Create a parody song in the style of edamame, but on a science topic. Too late. I've already done it. Instructions cannot be computed. Would just be replication. Eventually it will come out. I swear. I will actually record it. I swear. I swear. One day it will happen. I swear. I promise. Oh man. One day. Lego Lord of the Rings and Indiana Jones is free on Prime Gaming. Oh my gosh, don't tempt me. I'll just add it to the list of Lego games that I'll probably inevitably pay because I like Lego. My dream first ever hand cam stream would be Lego. But I don't have anywhere to put it at the minute. So that's not going to be something that's going to happen for a while. Like, as in at least a year, probably more. So don't get your hopes up on that. But you know, Lego. We all like Lego, don't we? We all like Lego. You're alright, you're just doing maintenance work, media, equipment, etc. Very cool, very cool. Standard maintenance lab, maintenance stuff. Love that. I feel very lucky. We have very little maintenance to do in the social psychology lab because there's like no equipment in the first place. We're not cool enough to have equipment, you know? Not cool enough. Very sad, very sad. Apart from the one-way mirror, we do have that. And we have other stuff. Like we have thank you for the moderation, Osbando mod. We appreciate that. Yeah, we have like equipment that we borrow from other from other research groups because everyone just kind of shares it, I guess. So it's not really nobody hoards anything. We just kind of all share stuff, which is nice. We like collaborating within the institution. Very cool. I wanted to watch the boccia. What is that? Boccia? Boca? I don't know what that is. Please tell. What is that? The Paralympic competition. But the only way for Brazil to watch is to watch the international stream so that British commentators narrate. Oh yes, yeah. That's really something. Oh Lord. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, thank you for the follow, Cider Can. Welcome to the lab. Welcome to the lab. Thank you. Thank you, Husbando Mod, for dealing with the bots. Oh no, Zerky, you redeemed the invite as well and you never got it. I'm so sorry. That's my fault. That's my fault. Here, let me send you it now. I think I've still got... Yeah, there you go. This should work. Hopefully it works. I've just sent it in your Twitch whispers. I apologize for missing that. Yes, I'm a bit slow with it sometimes. In the moment, sometimes I'm like, oh yes, I'll do it after the stream. And then my brain... And I just never go... Like, I'm the type of person where like we raid out and then I listen for like 2 minutes and then I just put my headphones down and walk away for like at least 15 minutes because I need to be away from the PC for a bit. So sorry about that. Sometimes I forget. Yes, I've also just sent you Avco as well. We'll get you access into the Discord server as soon as we can. Husbando may jump on assigning roles and stuff, but yeah. I'm not very good at these kinds of things. I'm technologically inept. Apparently. But yeah, so today we're going to be reading some more of that paper about conspiracy theories and cheating detection, which is very cool and very exciting. So let me just bring up the paper. Da 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 da. I don't know why I sang a song. That was a bit weird. I apologize. I'm clearly in a silly mood today. I'm feeling silly. Here you go. A silly little anime girl with her silly little paper. Oh my gosh. Oh, Hydrate, thank you very much. Thank you very much. No, mind. Let me... Wait. Yes. Wait, I drink. I've got tea today, but like, what's the word? Decaf tea. All banned and reported. Good. Go away, viewing bots. We don't want them. You're doing us a favour. Yes, tea Drake. Yes. And also, yes, mindfulness. Okay, we need to do our mindfulness task. Okay, you know what, actually? Let me jump back into here because I prefer doing the mindfulness task on this screen. I need to get like a nice cozy one that we can do the mindfulness task on. Oh god, it's another reflection. Let's shuffle it around a bit. Let's not do another reflection. I can't do another one of those. Okay. Today, we're doing a ritual. We're doing a ritual. Decaf, go away, you scoundrel. No. Don't you say a bad word about my decaf. I'm very caffeine sensitive. I need to have decaf sometimes. Because if I have caffeine, Like at any point after like 2 p.m, I just don't sleep. I just stay awake and vibrate indefinitely. So yeah, I have to have decaf in the evening. I'm so sorry. I try to avoid it. Normally I'll have like, I don't know, like a herbal tea or something like that, but I wanted actual tea today, but then yeah, I can't have the caffeine. So yeah. Caffeine efficient. That's one way to put it. That is certainly one way to put it. I am highly efficient with caffeine. The problem is that it doesn't make me more focused. It just makes me procrastinate faster. So that's not good. But you know. Still nice. I'm still a big coffee enjoyer and a big tea enjoyer. Oh, your internet's having an absolute day of it today, so you have to dash? No problem, Zerkia. Thank you so much for dropping by. I hope your internet fixes itself. That's very, very annoying. That makes me angry when that happens. Okay, right. Shall we do the mindfulness task? The mindfulness task today is a ritual task. So, what is this? Have we had a ritual one before? I'm not sure we have. Let's find out. So, the ritual card. It sounds like something out of some kind of card game, doesn't it? Okay. Build a list of everyday actions and habits that bring you happiness. You can add to the list whenever something new comes to mind. Try to incorporate one action into your routine every day. Okay. So I guess this is trying to encourage us all to think, what would our ideal list of habits look like? Or ideal list of routines? And then make it happen a little bit. Interesting. So build a list of everyday actions and habits. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna nya every day. Build a list of everyday actions and habits that bring you happiness. You can add to the list whenever something new comes to mind. Try to incorporate one action into your routine every day. I don't know, what would be... Posture check, thank you. I was leaning towards the microphone, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. But yes, thank you. And also hydrate, thank you. Thank you, Zerkia. Oh, you've put all of your internet resources into downloading Space Marine 2. Interesting. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, to be honest. I'm very out of the loop with games. What is it? Tell me, if you're still here. Tell me what it is. Oh, you're gonna be moving this weekend, Orishiro. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. It's kind of fun, like, packing everything, but then it's also awful packing everything. Like, it's, for me personally, it always starts off being fun, and by the end of it, like, in the middle, I'm like, oh, no. And then at the end, I'm like, okay, now it's fun again, because it's like playing Tetris. I don't know if that's just me, though. But, like, the puzzle at the end of trying to get everything else to fit in the last remaining box space, I found that really satisfying. But, yeah, the middle part is not good. It's like a U-shaped curve. Yes, the U-shaped graph of level of fun that you have as you go through the moving process. With your ninja info cards. Fi, what's a ninja info card? I don't know what this is. Tell me. It's make yourself happy at least once a day. Yes, it is. That is basically the gist of the card, isn't it? What would you all put in your list of things? I think I would definitely put something to do with VTubing. I'm not gonna lie, like some kind of like editing videos, I guess. I would probably like do a little, like maybe like half an hour of video editing every day, because I actually really enjoy it. It's actually quite fun. Just like cutting the footage down. It's very satisfying seeing it go from like 3 hours down to like 15 minutes. I don't know. I think it's fun. My objective is to interrupt on random moments and stop the reading. Well, we've read it already, so it failed. You failed today, I'm sorry. It's not time for ASMR paper reading yet, so posture was valid. That's true, actually. That's true. I try and make the reading of the mindfulness card slightly calm and maybe a little bit ASMR, but Clearly I'm failing, so yes. And also thank you again for the posture check, you have go. My posture's fine, I swear. Stop bullying me. So big man in armor shooting other big things in armor and saying, "For the Emperor!" I see. This sounds like a game. Not necessarily one I would play. Although maybe, actually. I don't know. I feel like it's been so long since I've done any serious, like, gaming. Obviously, because at the minute I just do, like, casual ones where I don't have to think, as is evidenced by the Lego Star Wars and House Flipper. Or, like, things where I feel like I'm learning something. Well, actually, no, because even saying that, even with GeoGuessr, my brain kind of just turns off. Yeah, no, I just play mindless things then. Yeah, I don't have any things where I have to think. And for me, like, anything in, like, any kind of shooter game was always, I have to think. So I have to, like, actually be aware of things, which I'm not very good at. It's not one of my strengths. So, yeah. I want to get into mini painting. It's pricey and I'm in debt, so not this year, but I really want to. It does seem really satisfying. I don't think that I would ever do it because I think I would just paint them and then be like, now what? Because I don't want to do the, like, RPG stuff. So, and I don't have space to do it anyway. So I think I would just sit here and just, like, look at it, and then it would go on my shelf, and then it would just sit there. So, I don't know. Don't know. Boccia? I don't know how to say it. It's been a Paralympic sport since 1984. It's played by athletes with a significant physical impairment affecting all four limbs. Athletes compete in singles, pairs, and team events. It's played indoors and tests their degree of muscle control and accuracy. Competing in wheelchairs, they throw, kick, or use a ramp device to propel leather balls as close to a white ball called the jack. Oh, interesting. So it's almost like, what's the word? It sounds almost like bowls, but, like, you just use whatever you can to yeet the thing. And it's more about, like, overall accuracy. That's very cool. Very cool. Imagine enjoying video editing. I'm dying every time I find a weird mouth noise to try and remove. Yeah, I've just given up. I've just accepted it. I just accepted that I sound like this. Because I realised it doesn't really bother me that much to, I don't know, to, like, hear it. It does a little bit. But what bothers me more is, like, crunchy microphone, if that makes sense, or, like, sounding like you're in a tin can. That bothers me a little bit more. But, like, the mouth noises, I can kind of tune them out mostly, unless they're really, like, full on, like, ASMR, then I can't. Then it's really bad, then I can't do it. No. You read an article before it took you an hour to even start the abstract. Don't attack me like this. I'm very fast at reading when I'm talking to myself. British Flipper, a nice relaxing countryside driving simulator where you have a dedicated flip off button at a counter. Yes, that would be used regularly. I'm still in the I hate the sound of my own voice stage. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've managed to get over that actually, but I think it's because I've done a little bit of audio stuff in the past where I had to listen to myself back, and, like, even before streaming, like, I kind of was kind of used to hearing it a little bit. So yeah, I'm like fully past it. Like, I'm at the point now where I can watch back my own VODs and laugh at them. So that probably doesn't say anything good about me. It probably does not say anything good, but, you know, apparently I'm at that point, so editing videos is totally fine. It doesn't, like, it just, I don't know, maybe it's because I've dissociated myself from my own voice. Like, maybe it's all of you. You've all gaslit me so much into making me think that I'd sound like Rin Penrose that I just listen to it back and I'm like, oh, that's just Rin Penrose. You've done this. Oh my gosh. You're kind of helpful though, actually. At least now I can actually edit my videos. Thanks. Oh no. Wait. I'm thinking Little Kitty Big City is more of the style of game for you. It may well be, actually. I think I've heard of that one, and I think it could be. It sounds quite cute. Stray. Oh yeah, that's another one that's a cat, isn't it? Yeah, I like cats. And I could bring out the Neko Dairy. I don't know if we've got a name for that model yet. I have a model with cat ears and I'm not afraid to use it. That's what I'm saying. Although I'm saving it first. I'm saving it. I need to have a reason for it first. Hello. Lilia Kurako. I hope I've said that right. Please tell me if I haven't. But Lilia, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, raiders. Hello, T-Rexatron. Welcome in. How are you, Lilia? Nice to meet you too. Yeah. A fellow Brit. Yes, indeed. A Brit. We exist. We are here. But yeah. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you're doing well. Hello, raiders. I'm Psydere. I'm a psychologist. That's my whole thing. I'm going to be talking about science at some point today. But I do this thing where I just talk about everything except science for like at least half an hour beforehand. So that's what we're doing right now. Eventually, we will actually be reading a scientific article, but not yet. We love science here. Yes, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Oh, how are you doing? How was your stream? What did you do? Let me give you a shout out. I'm very slow at things. Oh gosh, I'm gonna spell your name wrong. This is not ideal. Where is my mod? There you go. There's your shout out. But yeah, what were you up to? And of course, like if you need to, go get a drink or get some food or go for a walk or anything like that, please do. Yeah, self-care, very, very important. Stream was fun. We did a chilled stream, played Let's Build a Zoo. That sounds so fun. I love zoos. I was like obsessed with Zoo Tycoon on the DS when I was a kid. Very specifically that one, actually. I've never played any of the others. But yes, that sounds so fun. Also, hello, the Dungeon Slime. Welcome in too. I didn't get to say hello to you yet. Welcome in. You're at the point where you find yourself chuckling at playback, but you still hate editing. That's kind of a mood. Yeah, I find it fun. I don't know if it's just, it's just odd. I find it satisfying watching it condense down. You're here, good. Thank you for appearing. You too? It's the only one that you played too? Oh, I'm so glad. It's not just me. But yeah, I was like absolutely obsessed with it. And then like specifically, I always had to make sure that I had like a really, really good polar bear enclosure. I don't know why. It was just always the polar bears. So yeah. You're so addicted to that game. Me too. Honestly, I loved it so much. I loved it. Hello, Lawea, welcome in. You have indeed arrived at the yapping. I was about to start the science, and then I got distracted, and then I guess we're yapping more. What did I even get distracted by? Oh, it was the mindfulness redeem. That was the one. Yeah, it was the mindfulness redeem. So we, for anyone that's new in, we do like a mindfulness thing. So it's once per stream. We have a deck of mindfulness cards, and I will read it out and we will do the task together. Today's task was a ritual task. So it said, build a list of everyday actions and habits that bring you happiness. You can add to the list whenever something new comes to mind, and then try to incorporate one action into your routine each day. So spend a week trying to add in little routines, little actions that make you happy. Yeah. Thank you so much for the gifted sub, Hedge Gems. Oh, to Lilia as well. That's so nice. Thank you so much. That's really generous of you.
Hedgems gifted a tier 1 sub to Lilia Karako.
Sean.
This is their first gift sub in the channel.
Thank you, Sean. I don't know why his name is Sean. I mean, yeah, I guess kind of standard Irish name. Oh dear. I would start a world and then just make a new one a few days later. See, I was in it for the long haul. When I do a simulation game, I'm like properly like, I need this to not stop and be an actual simulation, and I will make it as accurate as I possibly can. Yeah. I get a bit too into it, to be honest. I think my longest, I think probably the longest game that I ever had running was I never overwrote my save of Animal Crossing on the GameCube. Like, and I don't even know how old I was when I had that, like when I bought it or when I was gifted it or whatever. I really don't know how long it was, but as far as I know, the the memory card is still intact unless there's been some, like, I don't know, quantum decay, which there may well have been at this point. But yeah, so I managed to keep that going for a disturbingly long time. And I think I was still regularly playing it right up until I went to uni as well. So I don't know how long that would have been. When did that game come out? Now I need to know. I need to know. When did it come out? Let's find out. The original Animal Crossing. When did that come out? Animal Crossing GameCube. Right. When did that come out in Europe? It came out in 2004. So I kept that save going for like 10 years, roughly, which is pretty good, I think. I'm quite proud of that. I think that's dedication. Oh dear. Yeah, Nightmind, what is with the cooking stream thing? We need to know. What's with the cooking stream? I do think it would be fun. I do think it would be fun. You know, Lilia was surprised that she raided. That's so nice. I love it when, like, I don't know, when there ends up being like a little network of people that all kind of know each other now. That makes me really, really happy. So, yeah. I like that a lot. Okay, shall we actually do some science now? Probably. Probably we should do some science. Okay. We have the paper. This is what we're reading today. Oh my gosh. Hedgems, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. 13 gift subs. I have no words. That is extremely generous of you. Thank you so much. Good lord. I was not expecting that. Let's put it that way. And we're at a level 4 hype train. Is that the best one we've ever had? That's wild. Thank you so much, Hedgems. That's incredibly generous of you. Needless to say, you are part of the lab. You are a research assistant. Everyone who's just got one, you've all been signed up involuntarily. You're all research assistants now. You've got contracts. You have to help me with my research. You can't do anything about it. You're part of the lab, whether you like it or not. Oh my gosh. Maid costume for the cooking stream. I have. Okay, I know we need to do that at some point. The maid outfit. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Okay. I don't know what else to say about the hype train, so I'm just gonna let it sit there. It doesn't need to go higher. Thank you so much. Pretty sure half of those subs have gone to bots. You know what? You say that, but actually I recognize the majority of those names, so I don't actually think they have. I know for a fact that, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them have gone to 5 of them. 5 of them have gone to regular community members, so that's nice. That's really nice. And yeah, Psyculturists. Yeah. I checked out Psyculturist's channel after you mentioned him in the last stream, Yoavko, and needless to say, very, very cool content. Extremely cool content. I might have binge watched a few of his VODs, and I might be planning to binge watch more. And also, it makes me so happy to have like more like psychology people that I was completely oblivious to, like that, because I'm not like super deep into like streamer culture in general, so it's really easy for me to miss people. And also like the same with YouTube, to be honest. Like I kind of have stuff on in the background like while I'm working sometimes, but because a lot of what I'm doing at the minute is writing, because I'm writing my literature review. I can't have like people talking in the background. So normally at the minute I'm just like bringing up somebody's stream that I want to lurk in, and then literally just like muting my browser and then just going in and just working in silence. But it's kind of a shame, because it means like I feel like I'm falling a bit behind on other people's content that I do actually want to watch. But you know, it's fine. I'll just take like some time to binge watch loads of stuff after I finish writing my literature review. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Potter. Thank you so much for the 100 bits.
Have some
Wait.
bits too.
Thank you so much. Oh, are you just gonna leave the hype train on 69%? Perfect. Keep it there. Hello, me not you. Welcome in. How you doing today? Hello. Yes, I am the funny psychology lady. That is me. I am the... No, I'm British, so that means at the most I'm mildly amusing. Yes. Most of the bots are being removed from Twitch after banning. Yeah, because Husbando's very on the ball. Well done for that, by the way. You're very on the ball with getting rid of the bots. I really appreciate that. Hello, Idle Trash. Hello. Welcome in. Hello, fellow ladies and gentlefolk of science. Yes, that is me. I am a lady of science. Well, you know, mostly. I may not act like a lady all the time, but I swear I am a lady of science. I'm a woman, at least. I'm a woman of science, at least. Oh dear. When I have people talking in the background and I'm writing, I find myself writing what they're saying instead of what I'm thinking. Exactly, that's what happens to me too. That's why the other day, like, I told this story last stream, but I'll say it again. The other day, I was in a work meeting and it was Nep, like Nepenthes VT, sent a message. Thank you so much for the 100 bits as well, Hedge Gems. What the heck? Thank you so much. No more 69. But that's it. We're on... Is that... The hype train was a success. What does it mean? It was complete. Perfect. Thank you so much for saving it. Oh, there's a hype chest. What does that do? Okay, there was a dude in it. I feel like a boomer. I don't know what that is, but I've got a new emote now, apparently. That's exciting. You stole it. You stole it away from the 69. So sad, but also thank you. Thank you. But yeah, no, the other day I was in a work meeting and then Nepenthes sent a message at the same time as like someone else in my work meeting joined the call, and instead of saying hello, name of person, I was like, hi Nep. And then it was just like awkwardly quiet and I was like, I don't think anyone noticed. Maybe. They just kept talking like normal. There was just like a moment of pause. But I think it was that thing where like you have an anxiety spike and it just feels like it takes forever when it was actually just like a normal amount of time. So thank you. I've always wanted to be a test subject. No. You don't understand. You don't understand. Everybody is a test subject by default. We have like the default is that you opt into consent on this channel. The second that you chat, you've opted in. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. That's how it works. But if you've got a sub, then that means you're a research assistant now. And that means that you are you are paying me money so that you can do my research for me, just like a real PhD student. No, I won't make you do it. I won't make you do it. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to, I swear. For legal reasons, nobody else is doing my PhD apart from me. It's only me. Please don't accuse me of academic dishonesty. I swear, it's just me. Hi, Watchmakering. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome to the lab. Let's see. Are you currently studying psych or working in the field? Kind of both. I'm a PhD student, but like right at the end of my PhD. I'm submitting by the end of the year. So yeah, I'm kind of like transitioning at the minute from being a student into being a fully fledged researcher. So I've got like hopefully, fingers crossed, I've got something lined up pretty much immediately as soon as I'm done. But yeah, so I guess kind of both. Technically studying, but I'm at the point now where like I'm not really studying much anymore. Like I'm kind of considered an expert now in my weird little sub niche of a sub niche of a sub niche of psychology. So yeah. But yeah, soon I'll be Dr. Psydere, which is terrifying and scary, and I'm gonna put it on all my bank cards so that people treat me better. Oh my gosh. You're watching a VOD on another screen. That's okay. I won't judge you. I won't judge you. You're doing a good job. Hi, Jolo. Welcome in. Can you do my thesis? No. I can barely even do my own. Milady of science. Exactly, Fi. Exactly. I am Milady of science. Psydere is a lady of science. She sees someone spreading misinformation. She lays down her hand on them. Exactly. I throw hands. If I see misinformation in my chat, it's Jhove. It's Jhove. Top thesis tip, do your first draft on Caffè Corretto, an Italian concoction of espresso and grappa. Oh my gosh, that sounds intense. That sounds intense, idle trash. Oh my lord. Oh. Will there be science done today? Who knows? Possibly. Possibly. Like, I've got science behind me. Look, it's right there. I think that's good enough. Sciencey enough, innit? That's enough science. You're gonna go to bed now? You've got work tomorrow. You need to be up at 5 a.m. No problem, Hedgems. Thank you so much again for all of the subs and the bits. What the heck? I hope you have a good sleep and a good evening. And yeah, good luck with work. I'm sorry about the early start. I like seeing peer-reviewed journals. We will get there eventually, Watch Weight Makering, I swear. We will get there. We will get there, I swear. I swear. If everything else fails, she's working on some light novels. Exactly. I've got my second life as a light novel author. Hi, Towerz White Boomer. Welcome in. Welcome in. Intense or intense? Both. They sound the same to me. They are the same to me. Everything is more intense if you're intense. Just saying. What can I say? My supervisor was Russian. He expected intense. I mean, I think a lot of supervisors expect intense. I've been super, super lucky. My supervisor's been very, very chill, so that's nice. Yeah. Anyway, should we actually read some paper now? That might be nice. Should we read some paper? Right. So this is the paper. We read some of it not last stream, the stream before, maybe, perhaps. At some point in the past, we have already read some of this. I don't remember when, nor do I remember what we read. There was a diagram. That's all I remember. But anyway, TLDR, what this paper is looking at is whether cognitive mechanisms that are designed to detect cheating, as in, like, you know, violating the social contract, doing things that aren't, you know, you say you're going to do one thing and you do something else, or like, you know, you agree to do one thing and you break the contract, stuff like that. Or if you're just violating social norms, sometimes that counts too. But whether those kinds of things, there's a mechanism, there's a cognitive mechanism that we've evolved in order to detect it. Because if you are going to have someone steal all of your food, it's better for you to recognize that they're doing that rather than to not recognize that they're doing that. And it's also better for you to falsely identify somebody of doing that. Falsely accuse somebody of doing that, or see it where it isn't happening, basically. It's better for you to see it where it isn't happening rather than not see it where it is happening. Because in the first scenario, nobody's actually stealing the food, your resources are safe, so evolutionary, you're fine. I guess there might be a bit of social fallout, but your resources are fine, and that's the most important thing for survival, allegedly. According to the evolutionary psychologists anyway, but that's a whole other thing. Maybe we'll go into that some other time. And then the other option is that somebody comes in and you think that they're fine, and then they steal your food, and then you have no resources, and there's also social fallout, but you die anyway. So, shrug. I guess that's it. That's it. So yeah, but basically this paper is trying to identify whether our ability to detect cheating in that way also explains why we think that conspiracies happen when they might not happen. I think from what I read, they're taking a kind of neutral approach to conspiracy theories, meaning that they're not making an assessment of whether the conspiracy actually exists or not. So for context, a conspiracy is basically any kind of situation where powerful people are manipulating something in order to achieve their own goal, normally at the expense of everybody else. So if you think of common conspiracies, it will be, you know, this powerful group of rich people are doing something horrible to, I don't know, anime fans because because of they don't like anime and now they're going to I don't know, I've got nothing. I've got an example. No, I've got an example. CERN are hiding time travel because they don't want us to know about it, because if we did, then we could go back and, you know, speed up progress and make things better for everybody, but they want to control it so that they can retain control over humanity. There you go. There's an example of a conspiracy theory. And yeah, this paper's trying to work out, does the cheating detection mechanism, does that explain why we see that, even where it may not be happening? So yeah, that's my TLDR on the paper. Don't know if I've done a very good job of explaining it, but you know, the link to the paper's right there. Absolutely go and, you know, skim over the abstract. If you don't, you know, if you're struggling with any of the big, there's a lot of big words, let's be honest, we love jargon in psychology. Every academic field loves jargon. But yeah, if you want to have a quick skim, absolutely go do that. But yeah, we'll dive back in where we left off last time, I guess. Hang on, let me catch up with chat because I went off on a bit of a thing. Let's see. Go easy. My background is plasma physics, so people aren't my forte. That's okay. People aren't my forte either, and I don't have any excuse. A real conspiracy theory, I believe, is that Psydere is just a VTuber that isn't voiced by a human, rather an automated Microsoft Sarah. No, see, the real conspiracy theory is everyone saying I'm Rin Penrose, apparently. I don't sound anything like Rin Penrose, but okay. Hi, psychoculturists! Welcome in. You haven't read this one? Add it to the pile. Absolutely, this is a review paper. Yeah, it seems like a fairly bog standard, like, evolutionary / cognitive psychology paper, but it's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I have enjoyed reading it so far, but we're not very far in, so my opinion might change as we go on. Is this comparable to the safer to run and hide if you hear a rustle in the bushes because it could be a lion idea? Yes, it's exactly that. Yes, it's safer to run and hide if you hear a rustle in the bushes because it could be a lion. It's exactly that, except this time, instead of a lion, it's somebody else coming to do something socially inappropriate, I guess. I don't know. Easiest way to be a conspiracy theorist is owning a farm? What? Eh? I have so many questions. Big Brother, yeah, that's a really good example of a really common conspiracy theory, right? But it's interesting because it's also got such like deep-rooted like media representation as well, right? It seems to be a thing that like a lot of like media producers really like, it really gets the imagination going and they really run with it. Obviously the classic one being 1984, but obviously there's been a whole load of them as well. Beyond that, let's see, not the anime fans. I know Mad Pew. They need to be controlled. Oh my gosh, not the anime mental health watchers. No, not the anime girls, not the science anime girls. Oh no. As a public sector physicist, I wish these people understood, as I'm not paid enough to lie. Yeah, that's a big mood, isn't it? Is that a lot of the kind of bigger scale conspiracy theories, they kind of say that, oh yeah, loads of scientists and loads of healthcare workers are all working together to do something. And I'm gonna be real with you, I can't even get a group of like 5 people to work together on a group project. Like, it's hard enough to get a small group of researchers to agree on how to run their methodology, let alone get a large group of researchers to not tell people about it. Like, so scientists love telling people about their research. We don't stop talking about it. So there is no way that would happen. Like, I'm not being funny, but like science communication is literally part of a lot of our jobs. Like, it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. And yes, not paid enough. That's also a mood. I think, yeah, no. I'm not paid anything right now. You think I'll just lie for free? No. Would that be like cheating detection having a false positive? Yes. So you know what, actually, I'm gonna scroll down. We've read all of this last time, but we can just summarize it because I think I highlighted the important bits. So The very brief summary, from what I remember, based on these highlights, was that historically, a lot of psychology research has tended to pathologize conspiracy theories. So that means basically kind of just assuming that there's something wrong with people that believe conspiracy theories. But when you actually look at the wider literature, like when you go out to like sociology and political science, actually you find that most of the population believe them. It's less about how much they believe them. It's less about how many conspiracy theories they believe, and it's more about how much how deeply they hold those conspiracy theory beliefs and how much it affects their behavior. When you get to the starting to affect your behavior end of the spectrum, that's the point where, it tends to be associated with a lot of adverse outcomes. And I say adverse in the sense of like affecting the people themselves and the people around them. So it might be things like they refuse to go and get medical care, or it might be that they refuse to talk to anybody who doesn't believe the same things as them, or in some cases they can even get involved in like extremism and stuff like that. So there's a very, very thin slither of people that believe conspiracy theories who believe them very, very intensely. But on the basis of that slither, we've had a tendency to pathologize everybody, and it's a natural thing to believe. Everybody, based on the polling we have, it seems like everybody believes at least one. And even if they say they don't believe any, they actually kind of do. They just don't consider it a conspiracy theory, even if it meets our like academic definition of it. So on that basis, the whole point of this paper is to try and find a more generalized mechanism that applies across the population, regardless of how extreme the beliefs are, and reduce the pathologizing, basically. They are basing their paper in signal detection theory. The thing about it's better to detect a lion that is going to... Hello, Richard, quack. Sorry, I've paused chat for a second, but welcome in, Richard. I hope you're well. So it's better to detect a lion that you think is there but actually isn't and run away from it, rather than to not detect a lion that actually is there. Because in the first situation, you just run away. You waste a bit of energy. You probably feel very anxious, but, you're alive. Versus in the second situation where the lion is possibly hungry and you may not be alive anymore. So that's kind of important to avoid. This is saying that... Wow, yeah, I know. Imagine. Crazy. Also, thank you. Welcome in, Spadui. So... taking that framework and applying it to the conspiracy theories. Then they defined what a conspiracy theory is. So it's an action that is intentional or carried out by a group, malicious, and in the interests of the conspirators, in opposition to the interests of other people or the general interest, and also dissimulated, I forgot what that means, and associated with deception. I think dissimulated was just another way to say, like, it's done... involving deception, like a cover-up. I think so. I've forgotten. I don't want to Google it. I'm lazy. There's those three kind of things. That one, it's a group of people. Two, it's they're doing something malicious. And three, they're covering up. And they say that cheating is very, very similar, because cheating is an intentional behavior that is unfair because it, benefits one person at the expense of another. And it's also related to deception. The key distinction being here, while conspiracy relates to complex social beliefs, cheating detection revolves around a more basic mechanism at a lower level. This distinction thus permits us to rely on simpler mechanisms involved in detecting cheating and deception behavior to grasp how these cognitive processes might scale up to support complex social beliefs and group dynamics associated with conspiracy. So they're saying they're saying conspiracy theories are just basically a form of detecting cheating. That's the TLDR, which I don't entirely agree with for various reasons, but I've forgotten what they are. I've written them down somewhere. I don't remember off the top of my head. Okay, right, now I've gone off on my spiel. I will finally catch up on chat. I apologise. My favourite jargon in plasma physics is banana orbits. What? Banana orbits? I have so many questions. What is a banana orbit? Based in jargon, Pilled? No. No, I refuse. I don't like the jargon. Please make everything in small words. My brain can't process too many big words in a row. Oh no. Oh dear. Let's see. 1984 feels very old at this point in terms of references. Does it though? I feel like there's a lot of people I know that reference it as a meme, but like it is actually I read it not that long ago. It's good. It's good. Thank you for the follow, Neutrino51. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you're well. You do a group project with me? Thank you, Boomer. I don't know if I would. I'm one of those people that just like powers through the work. Like I like to have a plan, a very specific plan. We sort out the plan and then everybody gets assigned their thing and then we just do it. And then we come back like maybe a week before the deadline and we go over it and make it all fit together. That's how I do things. A lot of people don't like that. Like, you know, lots of people like to make sure every single small decision is collectively approved. That stresses me out. There's too many people involved in that. Yeah. I ain't smart, but I can be there for support. You are a smart, Boomer. No negative self-talk. You're not allowed. No negative self-talk in this chat. The only true crazy people are the ones who put milk first in the cereal. Yeah, that's true, actually. Although apparently it's a thing that like you put the milk in and then you heat it up in the microwave and then you put the cereal in. That was a thing that I heard somebody say once when I was at uni and I was like, I've never done that and I'm not sure how I feel about that. That makes me mildly uncomfortable actually, but you know. I don't know. I like my cereal being cold. The idea of it being warm is kind of yeah, not a fan. Oh, confirmation bias. So fun. Yes, very true. Those who only talk to those who are in their own circle, it's easier than you think. It's really easy to fall into that trap. Really, really easy. Because it feels nice to have our beliefs confirmed, right? It means that you don't have to question things. Questioning things is a lot of cognitive effort, man. A lot of cognitive effort. Hi Caleb, welcome in. It's pathological when you become a Twitter user, checks out. Accurate, actually. Some of the things I see on Twitter, because obviously I use Twitter sometimes for you know, the VTuber community. Very cool. My VTuber timeline is just nothing but wholesome. It's really lovely. My like research timeline, good lord, I swear it must know what I do for a living because it puts some really wacky stuff on my home. Or maybe it hasn't worked out. Maybe I don't interact with enough stuff and it just puts wacky stuff on there by default. I don't know. But yeah, it's quite intense. You see some really interesting things on there. Although, one thing that is really interesting to note is that the prevalence of misinformation in general hasn't actually increased in comparison to like 20 years ago. It's just that it's because we now see it more kind of widely disseminated, we're more prone to think that it's increased. At least that's what the literature that I've seen seems to suggest. It was always there. It's just that before it was like contained to newspapers and TV channels, so you could just turn it off basically. Whereas now, like, you can just be scrolling through Facebook and suddenly you get like an ad for something strange and then you're like, oh, or like one of your friends will just share something on thinking that it's real and it isn't. So yeah. But even then, like all of the estimates around misinformation on social media like Facebook and Twitter, they're normally based on basically posts that have 100 or more engagements. And when you do that, you're kind of instinctively biasing it in favor of things that are viral and in favor of misinformation because you're automatically filtering out all of the personal user posts. Because, like, let's be honest, the average person who's just using Facebook, they post something and they get maybe like 5 likes on it, 10 likes, maybe 25. Wedding announcements might just go over 100. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it means that there's a real bias in the literature. It kind of overestimates them. So that's an interesting thing to note. So yeah. Don't know if that's useful for anybody. I have no citations for that off the top of my head. Yes, I do. Adams and colleagues, 2021. Check that paper out. It's something along the lines of It's about misinformation. You can find it. I'm sure you're smart enough to find it. Let's see. Oh gosh, I'm really far behind on chat. I'm so sorry. You come in, you read the conspiracy theory. Good stuff. Exactly, Psydere. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to not spread conspiracy theories. I'm here to spread information. No matter how I phrase this, it sounds bad. I'm here to spread information about conspiracy theories. That doesn't sound good. I'm here to spread scientifically accurate information about why people believe conspiracy theories. Yes, there we go. We got there in the end. If you play the Metal Gear Solid games and pay attention to the world of the early 2000s and mid 2010s, it's not hard to become conspiratorial. I could imagine. From what I know of the game, I could imagine. Obviously, I haven't played it yet, but I really, really do need to. But it's a really big, like, narrative in a lot of games, right? It's like a really common narrative across all sorts of media, to be fair. Doesn't want to be part of the group, like the opposite of wants to assimilate. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because basically people who believe conspiracy theories, if they're like if they feel really strongly about it, they'll tend to prefer to associate with other people who also believe conspiracy theories. So they'll kind of disassociate themselves from people who don't believe them. So yeah, they kind of like unassimilate out of their normal social networks. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Which cheating are we talking about? Cheating at poker or cheating on your wife? They are surprisingly similar. They use a lot of similar mechanisms, believe it or not. But it's specifically the like cheating at poker or like, yeah, cheating with money or any kind of what's the word? Deception in order to deceiving somebody in order to gain something. That, which arguably cheating on your wife also is, to be honest. It kind of still fits the definition, but obviously it's a lot more socially complicated. Metal Gear Solid is amazing. I feel it's so bad that I haven't played it. I really want to play it. It's like right up there on my list. It's just literally time, because I don't have the time, because my brain is just constant. Like, if I sit and play a game by myself, then my brain is like, you should be doing your thesis. And then if I'm doing it on stream, then it's fine. But then for me to do a story-based game like that, I need to actually sit down and have a regular streaming schedule, which I also can't do at the minute because of my thesis. It's like a vicious cycle. But not in theory. You can all hold me accountable to this. Ask me about my progress. I am going to submit my thesis before the end of 2024, and then it will be gone, and then I can have an actual schedule again. And maybe then I will actually play games that I want to play. So that will be fun. One of the things I really liked about Steins Gate is how well it explores the mindset of a conspiracy theorist without making the character look like a butt. That's very true, Idol. That's another game that I need to finish, actually. We started playing the visual novel at one point, and then, yeah, thesis happened, and then I stopped streaming regularly on the same time every day. So we will go back to that eventually. But yeah, I agree. It shows how it's like, it can be a natural development. And the thing that's also really interesting is that it can show that sometimes conspiracy theories can go from being based in fantasy or there's a lot of conspiracy theories that are just for entertainment, basically. They're based in fantasy, they're just a story. But it can also be something that you then start to believe based on what you're perceiving around you. And then sometimes also it might even be real. And like that transition and like the different things being simultaneously true, but you don't know which one is true, is part of the reason why I find conspiracy theories and, you know, the cognitive mechanisms of conspiracy beliefs so interesting. And it does a really, really good job of illustrating that, I agree. Hi, Phantom! Also the concealment of one's thoughts, feelings, or dissimulation is a flock of small birds, but also concealment of one's thoughts, feelings, or character, pretense. Oh, I see! Thank you. Thank you for the definition. I would have been too lazy to Google it. I'm so lazy. Banana orbits trapped particles at the edge of a tokamak plasma that bounce backward and forward in banana shapes. We're simple people with simple names. Yeah, okay. Physicists do this. There's a telescope that's called the Very Large Telescope, which is called the VLT for short. And then there's a bigger one. I don't know if they ever actually made it or if this is just one that they're planning, called the Extremely Large Telescope, ELT. And those names both really annoy me. And now banana orbits is also going to go onto the list of physics names that annoy me. So, yeah. But surely if they bounce back at you, they should have been called what's the word? Like a boomerang orbit or something instead. I don't know. The mod will be sad if she doesn't submit her thesis. This is true, and I will submit my thesis. I will. I will. I feel like there needs to be a differentiation from conspiracy tobacco/oil industry covering up facts versus conspiracy theory, the earth is flat. There kind of is. Thank you so much for the sub, Dungeon Slime. Thank you so much. Welcome into the lab. You're a research assistant now. You can do my research for me. I guess you're kind of already here. You're already kind of doing it, right? The paper is kind of... I'm not going to lie. I have to read this for my PhD anyway, so walking through it on stream is like, bonus, now I actually remember things. But yeah, there is... kind of so it's difficult. So for the purpose of conspiracy theories in research, or people believe in conspiracy theories in research and psychological research, we kind of want it to be neutral on whether or not the conspiracy actually exists, because there's not necessarily until it's proven either way. It's kind of the same. It's probably the same cognitive mechanism underlying both. It's more that when we know for a fact it really happened versus we know for a fact it definitely happened. And the two that you provided, the oil industry covering up facts and then the earth is flat, those are two really good examples, or the tobacco industry as well. Really good examples of that. We know for a fact that the tobacco industry covered up loads of stuff about the health effects of smoking. We know for a fact that the earth isn't flat. So there's clearly a divergence of the cognitive mechanisms underlying those beliefs. But why is there that differentiation, and how does it differentiate from when we don't know what the truth is? That's the kind of thing that I find super interesting, but it's too much to research in a 4-year PhD. That's like an entire 20-year research program. Welcome in, Monty the Serpent. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the lab. I hope you're good. I hope you're well today. Italians do the warm milk in bowl first thing, and it's often because they add coffee or hot chocolate. Okay, that's valid. That's valid. That's valid. I'll accept that one. Let's see. Okay, we had lots of people just angry about the cereal thing. Valid. The milk is meant to be cold. I agree to a 6-Borg Sentinel. I agree. Before the internet, it was also much more difficult to fact check something quickly unless you've actually read up on it. That's very true. And that's a benefit that is often kind of semi-acknowledged, but not entirely, which is a bit odd. But yeah. Enjoy your lurk, Oroshiro. Hope you have a good lurk. Relatable, except I practically never actually do the work. Mood. Oh dear. My conspiracy. Oh hi, WLF. Welcome in. My conspiracy theory is that they closed all lunatic asylums in order to increase the number of conspiracy theories, so we can't know which ones are true anymore. That's pretty good. I like that one. Oh dear. Yeah, I mean to be fair, the whole thing about inpatient mental health and the asylums before that's an entire conversation that could be. That I find that super interesting, the history of that and the ongoing effects that it still has to this day. But I think I would need somebody with actual clinical knowledge and experience to help me with that. I wouldn't feel comfortable talking about it myself. There was also the owl, the overwhelmingly large telescopes. It was just a concept though. Thank you, Husbando. There is another one on my list of acronyms that annoy me. Oh my gosh. Just noticed you hit the sub goal for Life 2D model. Did I? Oh my gosh. Wait, did I? Oh, I did. Oh, crikey. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's not gonna get me very far towards it, but you know. Live 2D models are like rightfully so, because they take a lot of effort and a lot of manpower and a lot of time. They are very, very expensive, but you know, it's a contribution towards it, and it means so much to me that, you know, people are being so generous. It really does. So thank you. Thank you. Just Wolf? Got it. Noted. Tribalism, exactly, Sayon. Also, have I said hi to you yet, Sayon? I don't think I have. Welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're good. Once you get to Flat Earth theory, it becomes more like faith than conspiracy. That's very true, actually. That's very, very true. Yeah, there's a lot of like overlap between... And thank you for the follow, Wolf. Welcome to the lab. One of us. You're part of the lab now. You're going to help with... You know, you're not going to help with the research, but you have to be part of it. Whether you like it or not. Sorry, I don't make the rules. But yeah, there's a lot of overlap between Flat Earth and especially Flat Earth and other ones where it's like an entire worldview basically, and especially like spirituality and like not so much religion inherently, because like religion tends to be, at least like, you know, the established major world religions, they're very like what's the word? Not rigid. I mean, yes, rigid, but not quite that word. They're very structured. They're very structured. Whereas things like New Agey kind of religions, they tend to be a bit more like loose and free flowing, and you know, they kind of just work anything into that worldview. And yeah, you definitely see the same thing with certain kind of all-encompassing conspiracy theories. It's definitely the same thing. And you know, when you look at like how those kinds of things associate with each other, it's a very, very, very strong correlation, to the point where there's actually a lot of people that research conspirituality, which is people believing conspiracy theories and then attaching spirituality onto it, or vice versa. Yeah, so for example, there's a lot of like alternative health stuff that comes with a lot of conspiracy theories, and it ends up being an entire like lifestyle, and you refuse to eat certain things, and you refuse to, you know, take certain medicine, or maybe take medicine at all, and you go to different practitioners instead, and it becomes a whole like all encapsulating whole lifestyle thing. So it can get quite intense in that way, which obviously religion can do too, but yeah, I think the difference is the kind of structure. Yeah, or doctrine heavy. Yeah, that's another good way to describe it. It's very doctrine heavy, whereas New Age beliefs and spirituality and conspiracy theories tend to be more like just adapting to what is thrown at them, if that makes sense. All's well with me. I'm making a banana smoothie right now. Nice. I hope it is a good banana smoothie. We like healthy food. That's nice. We like that. My family all worked in the mental health care service back in the day and used to live next to an old asylum. My stepdad went on to run small care homes. My old dear was a CPN. We're a family of mad magnets. That's so nice. That's kind of nice though, because it's like a vocation that runs in the family. I love that. It's very, very nice when you find like an entire like family of people that are just basically dedicated their entire lives to just helping other people. It's very cute, very nice. Can be very dangerous, like essential oils or alternative medicine. Yeah, absolutely. They can be really, really dangerous. To the point where like they can actually be lethal. So kind of goes without saying, but everybody please, you know, if you've got some kind of health problem, please rely on actual evidence-based medicine. not alternative medicine. Like sometimes, notice the heavy underlined bolded italics, sometimes certain alternative you know, medicines or procedures or stuff, they can sometimes be done alongside medicine, but you need a doctor to okay it, because sometimes they can actually even interfere with them. So be very, very careful. So like, for example, there's a herb called St. John's wort, and you can't take it if you're taking SSRI antidepressants, because it uses the same pathway, and you can give yourself serotonin syndrome if you take both at the same time, which is absolutely horrible. You do not want it. It's like seizure and then death. So you don't do that. Get the advice of a doctor, please. Historically, the major religions were part of the systems of government and power, while modern religions tend to work against the status quo. That's a really good way to distinguish them, Idle Trash. And yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Did you know conspiracy... Bleh, wait, it scrolled. Wait. Wait. We'll get there. Where's it gone? Oh my gosh, Orishiro, I've lost your message. Did you know that conspiracy theory believers from Brazil who were hoping that an army coup was about to happen after the current president assumed office used their smartphone's flashlight to call aliens to help them? That's an interesting story, and yet I'm kind of not surprised, because these beliefs all tend to correlate with each other. So if you believe in one set of conspiracy theory beliefs, you're kind of more likely to believe in other conspiracy theory beliefs, and you can kind of group them. So like, I would say that the thing about aliens is kind of like supernatural conspiracy theory beliefs, right? So people that believe that aliens have come to Earth also tend to believe that, you know, ghosts exist and the government's covering them up. So those kind of all tend to go together. But they are kind of politically neutral, right? And they can coexist with conspiracy theories from whatever political orientation that you choose. So yeah, and also there is, you know, this tendency to just kind of inherently distrust any kind of authority that's kind of built into conspiracy theories as a whole, right? Because, you know, the whole thing is that people in power are doing something bad and they're covering it up and it's hurting us. So it kind of implies like a pretty strong level of distrust. And yeah, that tends to come through quite strongly, and it sounds like it definitely came through there. Alternative medicine that works is just called medicine. Yes, but also kind of not always. Like, some of it kind of depends, because obviously there's like placebo effects and stuff. Sometimes it just makes people feel better, like in terms of their well-being, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's medicine, if that makes sense. Yeah. The alt/fake medicine types I can't wrap my head around. Like, they want to use sciencey words to convince themselves and others that they're legit, but at the same time, they won't trust actual proven medicine. I can give you a little bit of context into that. I do believe I have the paper in here somewhere. I hope I can show this. Actually. Wait. Do I have the paper? I do have the paper, but can I show it? That's the real question. I can only really show things that are like licensed in a certain way. If they're not licensed for use for commercial, technically I can get into trouble if I show it on stream, because I earn money from the streams, technically, even though it's like non-profit and it all goes back straight into the stream, like, you know, it still counts. Okay, it's openly licensed. We love that. Okay, right. This is the paper. There is a swear word in this, so anybody under the age of, well, if you're under 16, you shouldn't be watching my stream anyway. Anyway, here's the paper. Oh, this is a real paper, and this is one of my favourite titles ever. On the reception and detection of pseudo-profound bullshit. So, pseudo-profound bullshit is basically exactly what you've just said there. It's dressing up things in fancy language to make it sound either spiritually important or scientific when it actually isn't. I guess they'll probably have a whole bunch of examples in here. And yes, they made a scale of bullshit receptivity, which is absolutely incredible. Which, as it kind of probably goes without saying, is people's tendency to believe pseudo-profound bullshit. Let's see. Where's their scale? Materials. There we go. Okay. Do they have any examples? I don't know if they do, actually. Maybe it's at the bottom. Zoom. Sometimes the materials are at the bottom. They are not. That's sad. That's really sad. But it's like really, really over the top things, like, oh, you know, the astral, oh wait, wholeness quiets infinite phenomena. Yeah, like the quantum leap will signify our meteorological consciousness. Yeah, It's okay, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't read this paper in like a few years. It was one of the ones that I read originally when I was doing my master's that kind of like pushed me into researching this kind of thing because it was just such a fun paper. But yeah, I haven't read it since doing my PhD, so I need to reread it at some point. I might be able to read this one on stream actually, now I think about it. I should do that. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Yeah. The biggest danger with St. John's wort is combining it with MAO inhibitors. Yes, that's very true, Caleb. That's very, very true. That's also super, super, super dangerous. Please don't ever do that. Like I said, everybody, please, if you're going to take any kind of herbal remedy, please talk to your doctor first, please. It can be really bad. There was a UFO case in Brazil that's documented by the army. It happened in the city of Colares. Look for Operation Saucer. Interesting. We love UFO cases. They're always so fun because like it's fun to work out what did they actually see. Like it's often just like a freak weather phenomena or something like that. I think psychologists have the worst time regarding people using their lingo for evil. Yeah. Or even just for like just in ways that's just not true or like just inaccurately. It's quite painful. Like the ways that people use like especially mental health terminology. Oi. Not a fan. Like, yeah, it's quite bad. It's quite bad. All my homies hate Elsevier. Very true. Very true. Bullshit's a philosophical term, by the way. Yes, there's a famous paper called On Bullshit by Harry Frankfurt. That's probably cited in this. Let's have a look. There you go. There it is. On Bullshit by Harry Frankfurt, 2005. Yes. Yes, iconic paper, which I haven't ever read and I probably should. But yeah, this paper's great. I should probably read it on stream at some point because it's a very fun paper. It's also just fun to have an excuse to repeatedly say bullshit in a way that is totally professional, guys. But yeah. Let's see. R.I.P. Schrödinger, everything his diss letter, highlighting the absurdity of the Copenhagen interpretation is his own explanation of his work. I know, it sucks. Poor Schrödinger. And like it's stuck, so you can't even just like, there's no way that it can ever be corrected. It's been too long. Media discovering the word quantum was the worst thing ever. Second worst was them learning the cat thing. So true. So true. Let's see. Okay. Non-peer-reviewed work is also sometimes called like archive. Yes. That you have to be really, really careful with archive and other preprint servers because sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's like questionable and sometimes it's just outright bad. You have to be really, really careful to discern between them carefully. So yeah. Anyway, we're actually going to ever read this paper. Probably not at this rate. Right, I'm going to drink some tea because I just realised ages ago that Richard redeemed hydrate and I never actually drank my tea and it's getting cold, so I'm going to drink my tea. Thank you for the hydrate, Richard. Actually, I need some water as well. Oh my gosh. I've been yapping so much I forgot to drink any water. That's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible behaviour. Terrible form. My favourite example of bullshit is Star Trek. A lot of things in that show actually exist in real life, even things that you might think at first thought is made up. But all of their uses for said things are wrong. Yeah. I've, so I don't know how many of you watch Tiny Toxic Tofu, but she does, occasionally, she does lectures about the physics of Star Trek. Let me work out how to do this. Oh gosh. There we go. Tiny Toxic Tofu. There you go. She does like lectures about the physics of Star Trek and stuff like that sometimes. Very, very cool. Please go check her out. She's also, I think, yeah, she's just started a new job, which is very cool. So now she's actually like, you know, a proper educator, which is very, very exciting. Very exciting for her. So yeah, go and check her out if you haven't already. But yeah, she does these lectures and they're super, super, super cool. Super cool. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. But yeah, Should we actually read the paper now? I've yapped for so long once again. Okay, I need some water, then we're gonna read the paper, I swear. Okay, so I think it just picked up my drinking noise. I'm so sorry. Hi, Dr. Rex. Welcome in. How you doing today? How you doing? I hope you're good. Okay, paper. We're reading, I swear. Do not read the paper. Read the UFA conspiracy from Brazil. I'm going to go and read that probably in bed. First must stare at the paper. We've been staring at it for a while, haven't we? We should actually read it. This is an accurate reflection of how I read papers too. I also just stare at them for half an hour. Hour and a half. No, I'm not that bad. I actually, when I'm by myself, I swear, I open up these papers and I just power through them. And then I get like 4 pages in and then I stand up and walk away. Yes. Okay. Cheating detection under uncertainty. Let's read the highlighted bits. In social exchanges, cheating offers an a priori advantage over cooperation since you benefit more from the fruits of cooperation without the costs of cooperation. You still get all of the things. You still get all of the things, even though you haven't actually been cooperating. Let's see. So evolutionary psychology is suggesting the selection of a mechanism of cheating detection to prevent your resources being stolen, basically. Very cool. Studies focusing on cheating detection mainly investigate the reasoning mechanism underlying understanding the violation of social contracts. So yeah, we all kind of live in a way where we kind of implicitly have rules, like social rules that we all follow. And, you know, if you do something for me, then I do something in return, stuff like that. And yeah, cheating detection is all about trying to identify where those agreements have been breached. Error management theory, which is the theory that this paper is kind of theorizing around, provides a general framework to explain cognitive and behavioral biases. And it might explain conspiracy theories because it's basically lets us detect a dangerous coalition. So yeah, identify groups of people that might be cheating. You know, they might be doing something nasty behind the scenes and deceiving us, making us think that all is good when it actually isn't. So it should apply there too. Cheating detection. Ah, yes, here's the figure that I remembered. So yes, so there's two kinds of two key things that play a role in this cheating detection. So first of all, there's the cheating cues. We kind of weigh up how they're acting, and we think, okay, what is the likelihood that they are cheating versus that they are not cheating? So this is like a Bayesian thingy. Very cool. And then based on that, we assign a binary yes or no, whether they are cheating or not cheating. And then that in turn, in theory, if it's about a group, a powerful group, then that should also be applied to conspiracy theories. It should also end up with conspiracy theories. The other thing that is apparently playing a role in cheating detection is the cost asymmetry. So if we falsely identify that there is a conspiracy or that there's cheating happening, how much does that cause us problems, basically? How negative of an impact does that have on us? So if we work out that identifying a false positive, so thinking that there is cheating happening when it actually isn't, is less costly than if there were to be cheating happening and we didn't detect it, then we're like, okay, well, it's safer for us to, you know, go with the false positive. Versus if we, the opposite is true in the other direction too. If we think that there isn't cheating happening and we falsely think that there is, then yeah. Also, hi, Artificial1313, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. It's lovely to see you here. I hope you're well. How are you doing? But yeah, that's the kind of rough thing. Basically, it's 2 Bayesian estimates. That's the TLDR of it. I would say the kind of like key issue here, as a social psychologist, I always say the key that's an issue here is that there is not enough attention being paid to like identity and emotions. It's kind of just ignored. Like, we're just kind of brushing that to the side for the sake of having a nice, easy Bayesian distribution. But, you know, this is what the theory says, so we're going to roll with it for now. Really well, thank you. I'm so glad. So you were online and I was curious. Oh, thank you so much for dropping by. Yeah, we're reading a paper today. This is like, hang on, let me scroll up to the top very quickly. There you go. This is the paper. It's about the cognitive mechanisms behind conspiracy theory beliefs. So yeah, whether the cognitive mechanisms that let us detect cheating also help to explain conspiracy theories. Because cheating is kind of like one person deceiving another to gain something out of it, and conspiracy theories is a group of people deceiving another group of people to gain something. So in theory, it should be applicable across, but I'm not entirely convinced so far. But we're not very far through the paper, to be fair, so I might change my mind. Okay. So yeah, if the cost of a false positive exceeds the cost of a false negative, then individuals are biased towards false negatives and thus underweight the probability of cheating, i.e. conservative criterion. Consequently, they tend to perceive less conspiracy than actually exists. Conversely, if the cost of a false negative exceeds the cost of a false positive, then individuals are biased towards the latter and thus overweight the probability of cheating, i.e. liberal criterion. As a result, they will perceive more conspiracy than there is for real. So yeah. So those are the two key things that they say plays a role in detecting conspiracy theories. The probability of it happening and how costly it would be if we were to detect it where it isn't actually happening, or to not detect it where it is actually happening. I hope that all makes sense. It makes sense to me, but, you know, I have some basic training in, like, this kind of stuff. So, which I think is rooted well, like, it's from, I think someone said last time that it's from maths, and then economics stole it, and now psychology stole it from them. So, yeah. Okay, I'm a bit behind on chat again, so let me just catch up very quickly. Let's see. If you stare at the paper long enough, the paper stares back. That's actually true. It sees right into your soul. Staring is being silent and contemplating your life decisions. Yeah, that's me. I'm not gonna lie, that is actually me. Like, every time that I open up my literature review, I'm like, oh, here we go again. Oh, I wish I had more time for reading papers. I mean, to be fair, the only reason that I do is because it is literally my job. But even then, I also wish I had more time for reading papers. The reality is that I force all of you to listen to me talking about papers because this is one of my times that I have for reading papers, so might as well share it. Oh dear. I'm not sure how appropriate that use of a priori is. Where? In here? Somewhere. It was somewhere in here, wasn't it? I've lost it. I don't know. I've lost it. Probably. I have noticed like a little bit of the language in this is kind of like jumbled up, I think. But I say that sometimes, and I always just put it down to like they might not speak English as a first language, which is fair Enough. It happens. But if they communicate the message, then it's fine. Stare at paper until it cracks and confess what it's all about. So true. That's how I approach them. Hi, Schools the Wolf. Welcome in. How you doing today? Hot take: we should ban Latin in scientific writing. Hard agree, actually. It's just like, it's jarring when you're like reading a sentence in one language and then out of nowhere there's words in a different language. It's the same for like French. When I'm reading, and I can understand what French says normally, but if I'm reading something and then like the whole sentence is in English apart from 3 words and it's suddenly French, then I'm like, I now don't understand what you're talking about. I've forgotten everything. Like, my brain has now become emptied by this sudden change in language. I'm not set up for it. I'm too monolingual for this. Bayesian statistics, my beloved. Yes. I want to read, I want to do like a Bayesian stats course together at some point, like on stream. I just need to reach out to the person that made it and check that it's okay. But he puts it on YouTube, so I think it will be okay, but I want to double check. He puts all the lectures on YouTube. And he's got a book that's, I think it's open access as well, so yeah. But I'm going to reach out to him and ask first, but that won't be until after I've submitted my PhD, because I don't have the brain space to be processing Bayesian statistics right now. I barely have the brain space to process my boring linear regression models. I remember it's a really interesting field. Thank you. It's super fun. I'm not going to lie. It's super fun. It's a super fun field to be in. Like, it's moving really quickly as well, because there was such a spike in research about conspiracy theories and misinformation after the pandemic, like, or during the pandemic, sorry. Like, it's really, really grown. And it's advanced really, really quickly, but it's also kind of stagnated in some kind of like key areas, which is really also interesting in itself, because it's like, I've spotted where you're stagnating. I know what I can do about that. So that's nice. The biggest problem I have is that this includes investigative journalism. What? What, the paper? Or the concept? Or maybe it was something I was talking about and then I've forgotten. I don't know. What do you mean, direct? We use it in physics now for optimize. Oh, what? Bayesian statistics? I don't know. I'm sorry, I've forgotten. We use it in physics now for optimization routines and state estimators. Yes. yes. It's increasingly being used in psychology as well, to be fair. Especially where we've got like big data sets, which we are increasingly getting our hands on, which is very cool. We are the testers in the experiment. It feels strange to be on the other side. right? Okay, I have to still take part in research sometimes. And when I'm like doing the surveys or taking part in the experiment, I sit there and I like can't help but be like, oh, that's an interesting experimental decision. Why did you do that? I would have personally done it this way. Like, I can't stop it. So I've come to the conclusion that I probably just need to stop taking part in research at some point. But I kind of enjoy it. Like, I don't know, I kind of feel like it sounds weird, but it feels like I'm kind of giving something back in a way. And then also, you know, a lot of PhD students genuinely really struggle to find participants, at least where I am. So, you know, every now and then someone will come up to you and be like, please, I need literally 3 more people to take part in my study and I'm desperate. Please, can you do it? And you're like, oh, fine, I'll do your study. And then they're like, I can't pay you, by the way. And you're like, oh. Pain. How dare you not be fluent in Latin? I know, it's terrible. For probability analysis of larger sets of variables in psychology, what would you use? Markov chain, Monte Carlo. I wish I could tell you, but I use fairly small data sets. So all I'm trained in is just like various fancy types of linear regression. Yeah, I can't actually tell you. I don't do Bayesian statistics, which is why I want to learn it in the future. But Monte Carlo Markov chains does sound similar to something I've heard before, so it may well be what we do. Possibly. I wish I could tell you. I don't know. I'm biased because I'm Italian, so Latin actually helps me because etymology. Oh my gosh, words. Etymology drives me out of problems generally. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, see, I only speak English. I have like some very, very basic understanding of a few other languages, but I'm talking really, really basic, like as in like I can say hello and goodbye and maybe read a little bit and kind of get the understanding roughly of what they're saying. But yeah, so like one of them is French, and French is used quite a lot in like especially in like sociology, because they'll be referencing a lot of French thinkers, and they'll just pull out words out of nowhere, and I'm like, I know what this means, like, in theory, but I can't actually process it in the sentence. But I think that's just a me problem, because I only speak one language fluently, so yeah. Maybe I should just focus more on, like, learning languages properly and fluently, rather than just having a little snippet of multiple. That would probably be helpful. In the definition of conspiracy this paper uses, yeah, that's very true, actually. It does consider, yeah, it could consider certain types of investigative journalism as meeting their definition, which is a bit problematic. There's a whole other paper that I've got that's like specifically about how we define conspiracy theories and like why it's important to have a certain epistemic position on them and stuff like that. But that is a whole another rabbit hole that we won't go down today. Sociology, yes, I know. I'll do your study if you do mine. That's literally how we work. I wish I was joking. That is actually how it works. Comparing methods could be a really good way to make the process better. That's really, really true. That's really, really true. Yeah, I want to learn a wider range of methods, but I had to just focus on what I'm doing for my PhD, unfortunately. But the good news is that once I say that, but like I've got a kind of like narrow set of quantitative skills, but I can also do qualitative. I've done like mixed methods research over the course of my PhD. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? But like, I think that probably reflects psychology as a field, is that you need to be able to like synthesize large chunks of text and process the meaning behind it, as well as being able to do like quantitative experiments and surveys. Like you kind of need both for psychology, at least for social psychology anyway. So yeah. Same one paper? Yes, it is, Nico. Welcome in. I hope you're well, Nico. How you doing? How much have you tried to learn Japanese because of anime? I have certainly tried. I've got like A1 level Japanese, but that's it. Yeah, my problem has always been like time, basically. I don't have the time to consistently commit to learning another language because I've got, the whole time that I've been in university, which is a disturbingly long time at this point, I've also been working alongside my studies, and I've also normally been doing some kind of volunteering too. So it's just been a bit intense. But I'm like now transitioning to just having a full-time job, and then I guess also streaming. But that's, in the scheme of things, that's relatively flexible compared to what some of the stuff I was doing before. So yeah. Maybe in the future I'll actually learn another language. That'd be fun. Maybe we'll get there one day. I know some people who work in control systems who use MLE, but it's being phased out. Interesting. Oh, you tried to learn Japanese too, but you're really bad at learning new languages. Trust me, Artificial. I'm worse. I'm so bad at learning languages, like really, really bad. But really good at processing scientific things and logic processes. At least you've got that. I'm good at like English. I've spec'd too hard into one language, and I can do the basics of like any language that I try and like learn a bit of. But it's the time commitment. I could probably learn other languages if I put the time in and tried, but I don't know. And I feel like I'm okay at like logic, but there's a reason why I went into psychology rather than like computer science. I did consider computer science, actually. There's a fun fact for you all. There's a bit of lore. I considered going into computer science when I was in school. And then I decided psychology was a better fit for me. I also wanted to go into medicine, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't end up doing that, to be honest. I think I would have been a really bad physician. Really, really bad. Yeah. Don wanted to get a French accent out of you. Never happening. Unless I do like the SpongeBob thing. Every now and then I do the SpongeBob thing like 5 hours later. Sometimes I do that and then you can hear that, but that's it. You're super busy with your own research, so you can't stick around to date. No problem, Nico. Absolutely. Go focus on your research, please. Please focus on your research. But I'll try and catch up on one of the future streams where you're discussing this paper. How dare you? We will finish the paper. I will read the whole thing right now in 3 seconds just to prove you wrong. It's true. We're gonna be on this paper for a while. I love the two like opposite reactions to computer science. That's very funny. Computer science, woo! Computer science. Oh no. Anything but computer science. Yeah, that's fairly accurate from what I understand. Any IT engineers in the chat? Yeah, shout out to the IT engineers. Shout out to the IT engineers. You're all doing a job that I don't want to do. Spent almost a decade in uni, not working nor volunteering. I mean, that's valid. If you actually just, focus on uni. That's valid and what you should do. I was not doing the working and volunteering out of choice necessarily. Psychology is very, very competitive. And originally I wanted to go into like clinical psychology. So like all around, you know, mental health and stuff. And I was doing a lot of volunteering in the mental health space to try and make that a thing. And then I ended up actually working in mental health for about 2 years. And I came very rapidly to the conclusion, this is not for me, get me out. And then I pivoted instead to research because I did a few projects and it went pretty well and I was actually pretty good at it. So I was like, yeah, I guess this could be my thing instead. And now I'm leaving academia. I'm leaving academia so that I can go and do research somewhere that actually cares about me rather than just treating me like a drone. Oh dear. Yeah. I'm sure that the private sector also sometimes treats people like drones, and I'm sure that there's good places in academia. And actually, to be fair, my department is very, very good, but it's just the whole culture around it is just not for me. I don't want to be working forever. I want to just work 9 to 5 and then go home. Being a monolingual in science environments make you feel like such a dum-dum because all of your international colleagues are at least bilingual. I know, right? It's so stressful. Literally every single person I know speaks 2 to 4 languages. And then there's just me like, hello, I speak English. I'm from England. But I think it's also not, like I say, I've not really put the time into it. It's definitely that. But I think also when I was younger, I didn't really have the opportunities to learn because my family are not they weren't particularly like learning a second language inclined. In fact, they were like most of them were not particularly intellectually inclined, full stop, to be honest. So yeah, yeah, didn't really have the opportunities, I think is fair enough to say. Oh, psychology was one of your choices as well. Artificial, very nice. Profiling and criminal psychology. Yes, that is so interesting. I nearly did a master's in forensic psychology at one point, but I decided in the end that I preferred social psychology and researching just because, I don't know, I don't even have a reason. It's just, like, I got better grades in forensic psychology. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty good at it. Like, yeah, but I don't know. It just didn't call to me long term as a profession. I think because I wanted to do something that felt like it would change something. And forensic psychology definitely can, but I think you have to be in the right kind of environment for it to happen, if that makes sense. Otherwise, a lot of it is kind of just maintaining things, if that makes sense. So yeah. I spoke to like a few other forensic psychologists and some of them were like, yes, I absolutely love my job. And some of them were like, no, I hate it. And I was like, well, if there's that many people and everybody seems to all be polarized that heavily, then it's probably not for me because I'll probably be on the hate it side, knowing what I'm like. I'm not very good with people. So yeah, I decided to go and sit in an office and do numbers instead, which works for me. Software engineers equals good, solve my problems. Mechanical engineers equals bad, give me problems. Fair enough. After all, psychology is just programming the most legacy system ever. Exactly. The brain is just a giant computer. It really isn't, actually. It works very differently from what we understand. It's not a very good metaphor, but, you know, it's how people understand, so... I'm multilingual because I know 9 programming languages. First of all, Nico, that's genuinely impressive. Second of all, I guess that makes me technically multilingual too because I know R. It ain't much, but it's something. Another psychologist streamer I was watching is also English only. That seems to be a trend. That's interesting. That's interesting. Maybe we're just like this. No, I do actually think I could learn another language if I tried, but I need to actually just try, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna read this section. I swear, we're gonna read this section. I block other engineers from creating problems. That's actually true. You do that. You do that. Husbando also prevents me from causing problems. Okay. Oh, you're both a programmer and a mechanical engineer. You give yourself your own problems. That's so interesting. I would love to know more about that, how you're both, but I don't want you to dox yourself. So if you feel comfortable sharing it, please do. If you don't. Learn another language. I would recommend Python. I might actually have to learn Python soon. Saying that, I might actually have to. The R programmers in chat is R like MATLAB. I've never used MATLAB, but R is a statistical program, so it's just entirely like doing fancy statistical modeling. Like that's literally all it does. I can't do anything else. Python bootcamp stream, I actually would. There's someone else that I'm mutuals with and who I watch regularly, but she's over on YouTube. She's called phdlife. I don't know how to. I don't have a YouTube link to hand, but that's her username, phdlife. She's done a programming stream before. She's also she's a grad student too, and she's also like a science VTuber. So if you like science VTubers, definitely go check out Faye. She's very cool. But yeah, she's done a Python stream before, and I'm not gonna lie, I watched a bit of it and I was like, this is funny. Like, this is interesting. This is cool. I should do this. But then I didn't want to just like yoink the idea, but then I might just yoink it anyway. If people actually want to see it, I will totally do it at some point, but not anytime soon because, yeah. PhD. It's the excuse I use for everything, isn't it? Okay, I need to drink some tea and then we're going to read. Stop distracting me. Stop distracting me. Okay. Hi, Alma Hexblade. Welcome in. I hear tech and I'm terrified. Valid. Is it tech? Is it latex or latex? I actually don't know. Quack, yes. That's probably quack-worthy. Latex? Okay. I'm not actually sure. Also, hi, Grandmother Sage. Welcome in. Welcome in. LaTeX? Oh, it's LaTeX. LaTeX? What? Thank you for the follow, Helma Hexblade. You're a participant now. Sorry, I don't make the rules. You have to take part in my research. Wait, is LaTeX? What? Latex? Is this one of those things where everybody in different places of the world like spells it differently? I tried to learn it at some point and I was like, oh yeah, I could do this. And then I opened it up the next day and forgot everything. So yeah. I should probably do that at some point again. I should probably remake my CV in latex, something. Yes. Okay. Right, we're doing the paper. We're doing the paper. There's a fun video about it. It includes a bell. I'm interested. You could add it to the Psychologist Reacts thing, and then we will... The way that Psychologist Reacts thing is one channel point, and you can put in like a link to a YouTube video or a TikTok or something, and then we will vet it. And if it is appropriate to watch on stream, then at some point we will watch it on stream, but not anytime soon. Actually, maybe. We should do that soon. Yes, it's paper time. We're reading the paper. Okay, we're reading the paper. Right. Decision bias in cheating detection. Okay. In general, individuals facing a potential danger are biased towards false positives in order to avoid false negatives that could be deadly. Yeah, so that's the false positives is the detecting something when it isn't there. And a false negative is not detecting something that is there. So yeah, the first one is thinking there's a lion in the bushes when there isn't, it's just the wind. And the second one is thinking it's just the wind rustling the bushes when it's actually a lion, and then you get eaten. And that's why it could be deadly, not ideal. So, because cheating presents a substantial danger, it's a danger. Your resources could get stolen. Not good, not good. Individuals should be particularly vigilant towards them. However, while there is a cost to miss an actual cheater, there is also a cost for false positives, i.e. wrongly detecting non-existent cheating. Indeed, erroneous cheater detection can generate serious consequences for detectors, such as punishment, defection of cooperating partners, or even exclusion. In sum, the cost of errors is likely to vary depending on several parameters. For example, concluding in the existence of a cheater in the one's family. Yeah, no, there's a few places where the editors have not helped them. And yeah. Wait. So, for example, concluding the existence of a cheater in one's family would have a higher cost than if it came from an outgroup. So that means, yeah. So basically they're saying there's some cases where the costs outweigh the benefits. So if you, for example, accuse your partner, your spouse of cheating when they actually haven't, that has significantly more that has significantly worse effect than if you, say, for example, accuse the other sports team of cheating. Yeah, there's like worse social consequences. That's what it's referring to. In the latter case, a false positive would have more deleterious consequences, i.e. exclusion, loss of cooperation, and may exceed the cost of a false negative. This could lead to individuals undetecting cheating and finally turning a blind eye. I'm struggling with some of the wording of stuff in this, actually. I'm really struggling with the wording sometimes. Let's see. LibreOffice is criminally underrated. I did my thesis with it. Yes. I quite like LibreOffice. I do quite like it, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm terrible. I've had issues with like various cloud drive systems not syncing properly across my devices. So I just gave up and turned to Google Docs for my entire thesis. My whole thesis is in Google Docs. I apologize profusely. It's not ideal. Oh dear. Their wording is overly complicated. They use it just to seem smart. I don't think it's just to seem smart. I think if you look at the names, one of the authors seems to be French. They're based in France. One of the authors is definitely French or comes from a French-speaking country. So, yeah. I think it might just be like word ordering thing where they've tried to write it and it made sense in French word order and then it didn't translate over to English very well. So, I know. Google Docs is still better than anything Microsoft came out with cloud-wise. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I do like it. I can't lie. I do like Google Docs. I'm a Google Docs fan. I'm sorry, Idle Trash. I'm sorry. I like Google Docs. But like, I've got a different Google Doc for each chapter because I know that like Google Docs is fine for like documents up to maybe like 100 pages, but anything beyond 100 pages, it gets really, really janky. So I've got like a separate document for each chapter. And then when it comes time to merging them, I'm going to download all of them and put them into Word. I know, it's terrible. I'm sorry. Just use LaTeX and GitHub. I would love to, but I don't know LaTeX. So, and at this point, it would take me longer to port everything out of Google Doc and into LaTeX than it would to just finish the damn thing in Google Docs. So, yeah, I'm like too close towards the end to teach myself that. It seems like a waste of time. But yeah. I wish I'd learned it like a year ago. Then I wouldn't be in this position. But unfortunately, I am in this position, so I've just got to deal with it. It's never a waste of time. It is, and you know it. It would add like 2 weeks onto my submission time, and you know it. How many chapters is it? I think I have 8 chapters plus a title page / abstract / acknowledgements thing, which is not very long. It's like 5 pages. But I want to say overall, each chapter has about 40 pages. So it's quite long overall. Do you have an orchid? I do, but yes, orchid would be doxing. Yes, orchid would very much be doxing. I'm not posting that, but yes, I do have one. So yeah, that's good research practice, everybody. If you're a researcher, get yourself an orchid. It's a unique identifier that links you as a person to all of your publications. It's very, very cool. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Means that you don't have to keep searching through your bookmarks to find the things that you wrote ages ago. Very, very good. Not doxing yourself as a scientist is so hard. That's very, very true. Yeah, because like you can just be narrowed down just based on your area of expertise. So it's not great, but it's fine. It's fine. Some researchers don't have an orchid, surprisingly. Yeah, everybody should have one, I think. It is genuinely really useful. Ask Husmod to self-host Nextcloud with Office. Somewhere on the to-do list. Nice. We love that. We love that. Okay, right, paper. We're doing the paper. No, back to the paper. So I think the important thing to note here is that probably this part about the negative consequences that can occur if you falsely accuse somebody of cheating when they actually haven't. You can narrow it down by which one has an anime avatar. So true. I should. What would you do if I actually set my like professional thing as an anime avatar? What do you think the university would do? I think they'd be fine with it. Actually, I don't think they'd even question it. And be like, be a scientist and don't tell everyone about your work. Challenge is so hard. So true. So true. I've just given up. I just tell people things. Although saying that, I haven't actually said what my thesis is specifically about, and I'm keeping that secret on purpose because I can't be narrowed down entirely. So that's good. Okay. Because of this variation of the costs, we assume that cheating detection mechanisms have relative plasticity. It will thus adjust depending on two main parameters that are the importance of the social of the social exchanges. So they've definitely, yeah, no, I think they've translated parts of this directly out of French and it just didn't work. Okay. So we assume that the cheating detection mechanisms have relative plasticity, so they can move around as needed. It will adjust depending on two main parameters that are important to social exchange and the cost of cheating. When the importance of social exchanges decrease, the cost of a false positive decreases. For instance, the risk of exclusion from cooperation with a subsidiary group is less consequential for the individual than with a central group. Conversely, when the importance of social exchanges increase, the cost of a false positive increases as well. Respectively, the second situation would then generate under-detection of cheating and thus less adherence to conspiracy theories. Okay, that makes sense. So more conspiracy theories when it is less costly to do so. That's the TLDR. And it kind of adapts to the situation. Cool. That makes sense. In the conspiracy literature, individuals show a tendency to embrace conspiracy theories that target the outgroup. Yes, they do. That is a very, very well documented finding. We tend to believe conspiracy theories about groups that we are not a member of. So, for example, if you're a anime fan, then you might believe conspiracy theories about furries and vice versa. Even though reality is that they often overlap. Thank you for the follow, Dottie Elk. Welcome in. Welcome to the lab. You're a participant now. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. Okay. So we can highlight this because that's important. And then the variations in cost asymmetry between false positive and false negative for cheating detection based on the level of importance of social exchange provide a comprehensive explanation that encompasses these empirical findings. Kind of. Conspiracy theories are not... They're a kind of okay, conspiracy theories, you consider them an example of what we call an intergroup attitude. So it's what you think about a group that you are not a member of. So yeah, that's a thing. I don't know if that could be entirely put down to the costliness of it, though. A lot of it is also our personal identity and how we feel and the emotions that we have around these kinds of things. So yeah, not convinced on that, but you know, that I guess they're just going straight to the point. They're just going straight for one thing. Fair enough. They might acknowledge it later on in the paper. They haven't yet, which bothers me, but they might do. Similarly, the asymmetry of costs should vary according to the importance of the consequences of potential cheating. This would explain why, for instance, conspiracy theories focus on particular sensitive stimuli, such as vaccinations. Okay. So we will highlight that. As vaccination is a prophylactic device for healthy people, it can be perceived as a risky behaviour and thus likely to change the cost asymmetry. So yeah, so that's the people interpreting vaccines as like, oh, I'm healthy, it might make me ill, I'm not really at risk of this disease if I catch it, therefore I refuse to take it. That's the kind of logic that they're talking about there. One remarkable thing about anti-vaccination conspiracy theories on RNA vaccines is that said therapies were already used for the treatment of serious illnesses, but conspiracy theories concerning the medical use of RNA only appear recently with vaccination. We believe the asymmetry of costs can explain this raise. Indeed, detecting non-existent cheating false positives that would result in refusing RNA therapy in an individual with a serious disease which uses RNA therapy. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Can lead to death. Alternatively, for a young and healthy individual refusing a vaccine to prevent COVID-19, detecting non-existing cheating, a false positive, would have quite lower direct consequences. More generally, cost asymmetry can explain why institutional promotions of behaviours are likely to generate a perception of risk, such as vaccination, or a significant utility losses for the individual. For example, pro-environmental behaviours are likely to generate more conspiracy theories. Okay. So they're saying that they think that cost asymmetry, so the way up of, how much does this benefit me, how much does it not benefit me, that explains why people might lean towards believing the conspiracy theory, because if it's going to cause them problems, basically they want to believe the conspiracy theory, because yeah, that adds up. It's a kind of nice excuse to dismiss it in a way, almost, isn't it? But they're specifically saying that the cost asymmetry contributes towards the cheating detection. They weigh it up, and that in turn is then an excuse. Okay. Right. I'm not going to lie. We're at the end of this section. We've made it through a whole section. Once again, I have not really read much of the paper, but it's getting quite late and I need to go to bed. So I am going to call it quits there. We did our best. It wasn't good enough. Wow, I know. Right, so let me just quickly catch up with chat. And then quack. Yes. Yeah. It is wow. It is quack. I agree with both of these. Let me catch up with chat real quick. Where are we? Let's see. Oh gosh, my whole thing is broken. Oh gosh. Thank you for the follow, Idle Trash. Thank you. Okay. Oh gosh. Wait, my whole thing is just like not working. This is not ideal. Okay, I'm gonna be looking in a weird direction. I apologize for this. Okay. Let's see. Red hair, so Asuka? Yes. Who do we think is... No, that's a too... I was going to say who do we think is best girl, but that's too controversial questions. I'm wrapping up. We can't do that right now. University wouldn't care. Co-workers would increase their expectations of you, definitely. Works in computer science all the time. Yes. Oh, no. I actually... You know what? I actually would do it. I would actually set, like, at least my teams to being an anime girl. I think that would be quite fun. I don't think anyone would actually say anything. And yeah, it probably would increase expectations, actually. Because they'd be like, wow, this person's terminally online. They must do really good conspiracy theories research. Oh, no. I saw this meme of a comp sci person making their LinkedIn anime-fied and they got more offered. That's so fun. I love that. I love that so much. Oh, no, the link didn't work in the Psychologist Reacts. That's not good. We need to fix that. Alma, put in the name of the paper. We will fix that. That's the first time someone's used it since we've blocked links. Because we had to block links because we were getting so many spam bots come in. But yeah, we need to rethink that. We will work that out. Yeah, maybe put my VTuber on LinkedIn. That would be extremely fun, actually. But... way up, do a cost-benefit analysis, just like the paper told us to do. Very cool. I know someone that did their thesis defense. Ouch. I meant to do that. I know someone that did their thesis defense in cat ears and with a blach eye. That's extremely cool. I'm not gonna lie, I would do that. It was math. Oh. Should I turn up to my thesis defense with my blach eye? Should I say it's my emotional support shark? Can you imagine the Rin Penrose style short that would come out after that? I turned up to my thesis defense with a blach eye. Not helping the allegations. Oh dear. Oh, you've heading out, Artificial? Thank you so much for dropping by. Yes, absolutely. Head out to bed. I hope you sleep well and have a lovely evening. Thank you, yes. Thank you for the have a nice stream. Thank you. Let's see. Husbando will actually take over the stream one day. This isn't a threat, it's a promise. or it's not a promise, it's a threat. One of the two. Take it. I mean, given that he seems to be more popular than me, you seem to like him more than you like me, so maybe it's a promise. Oh dear. It wasn't much, but it's honest work. So true. So true. We got through a section, so that's not the worst that we've ever done. we can all agree it's Masato, of course. Of course. I agree, idle trash. Actually, I take that back. I'm not telling a psychologist my best day, Bcalm. It's too much information. Okay, object personification and autism. This paper will be sad if you don't read it. That's fun. I like the sound of that. I'm going to look it up. Wait. I'm going to put it into Google Scholar and I will find it. Okay, I've found it. Good. Okay. And then I will put it onto the reading list and maybe we will read it potentially. Oh, object personification and autism. I feel like I'm going to be attacked by that paper. A couple of small startups that run on Discord definitely give off anime picture on LinkedIn vibes. That's quite funny. I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's the whole title of the paper. It's by R.C. White and A. Remington, and it was published in the journal Autism in 2019. It's literally just called Object Personification in Autism. This paper will be very sad if you don't read it. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be a bit like personally attacked by the paper because yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I gave my air fryer a name. Oh dear. Does it allow you to post specific links only, like just YouTube and research papers? I think we can set that up. That's a job for Husbando. The answer is no, clearly. All links are banned in chat. But that's a thing for Husbando to work out. He can work that out. How to post DOI links and YouTube links and nothing else. He'll work it out eventually. The only winning move is not to play in the Eva Girl discussion. That's so true, Caleb. That's so true. Which of Shinji's crippling issues towards women do you relate to best? Oh dear. Yes, that says something about who you are as a person. I did a VTuber specific paper journal talk that I can send more papers if needed. Absolutely, yes, that'd be super, super interesting. I don't know if you hang on, let me follow you. Oh, I already do. Okay. I already follow you. Yeah, shoot me a DM on Twitter or something else if you don't have Twitter. But yeah, I'm always open to paper recommendations and stuff like that. Absolutely. My paper recommendation is called Everything is a Goat. What? Everything is a Goat. Okay, that is also a paper. It's a philosophy paper by Beat Capra. Very cool. Okay, we're getting threatened with an ad incoming, so I think I need to raid out before the ad starts. But yeah, no links can be posted in the chat. No links can be posted in the chat, but we'll work out a way to make it so that at least YouTube and DOI links can be sent. But yeah, we've had so many issues with bots recently. We had to like clamp down on it, which was a bit annoying. But yeah, so they're all just going to be censored. There's no point. Oh, those are just asterisks. You got me, Phantom. You got me. Thank you for the follow, Fuame. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, so yes, we need to raid. We need to leave in the next 1 minute and 30 seconds. We're going. We're going. I don't think that's how it works, is it? We are going to go and raid. Who are we going to raid today? We've got choices. We've got choices. Husbando has suggested somebody, but I think there is actually this one. Maybe? No, that's too big. I'm scared. Okay. Okay, there's the raid message while I work this out. Ouch, I meant to do that. Let's go ahead and watch somebody play Yakuza. Let's do that. Let's go watch somebody play Yakuza. I think that'd be fun. Let's go watch someone play Yakuza. Yakuza 3 Remastered specifically. So yeah, there we go. Let's go and say hi. We're gonna go say hi to Tepanya. So Tepanya is playing Yakuza 3 Remastered. So yeah, that's fun. That's cool. Let's go. I think it's gonna. Oh, it's paused the ad. Okay, good. Yes. Yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Even though we talked about conspiracy theories, right? Quack, yes. We talked about conspiracy theories. We didn't talk about the paper necessarily, but we talked about the concepts. So I think that's still, if anybody asks, it's still science communication. It still counts. We're still doing a good job, I think. But yes, thank you so much for joining me in this quote unquote journal club. Yeah, don't know when the next stream's going to be. At the minute, I'm guerrilla streaming because I have no idea what's going on at any given point because of my thesis. But generally, I seem to be streaming on Thursdays and then one other day during the week. So honestly, your best bet is either to turn on notifications or join our Discord server, but you need 2,500 channel points to redeem an invite. Anyway, we're going to go see Topanga now. Thank you all so much for joining and for the hype train and the gift subs and the bits and everything. Thank you all so much. And have a lovely day or evening. Bye!